thank you for tuning in again, and thank you for watching the last video. Okay, so I'm going to share a bit of my experience. So I actually wrote a book on fibroid, my journey, the diary of a fibroid survivor. I wrote a book, and I also have a Telegram channel where I help people. We talk about it. People come to my DMs a lot of times. Talk about what I can do, what I recommended, and all that stuff. Yes, I have. Had to answer questions from somebody. A lady was about 22, so it's not really about the age, right? It's not really about the age now. If you don't change your lifestyle, if you don't change your diet, a lot can actually happen. So my experience, mine was a result of indiscipline. I growing up, especially when I was in school or starting to make your own money, that kind of a thing. I used to love junks. I was eating anything, literally anything sweet. Like I was eating it, and then so some things will happen, and I just remember that it is as a result of this and this. So when I found out I had fibroid, it was multiple, and the first person that told me, I felt I was going to die. I felt like the question I asked a friend of mine that went with me was, why me? The question is, why not you? Like I mentioned, or I used to say that ignorance is not an excuse. Ignorance is not an excuse. Why not you? Because you are doing what you're not supposed to do, and then the result comes, and then you're asking. I was asking the question, and I was depressed, and this and this, and the next thing I did was to do my own research, having to buy herbs, having to do a lot of things, which is actually not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to see your gynae, see a doctor, probably do the second scan, to be sure and what. So, but I can tell you that lifestyle change can actually, would actually have helped. But I did not know. A lot of things should be averted, as in averted. A lot of things that happen to we, human and all that. So it happened, and then for a long time, this is what I see people do now. For a long time, I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't see a guy. I didn't do anything. I was just trying to, see what I could do myself and all that. You need to see a professional in case you know somebody or maybe you have it and all that. So I was on self-meds, which actually affected some other things in my body. So I've been there. I know this journey. I know, right? For a long time, I was bleeding. Some people, when I ask questions, the first thing, because I'm concerned, you can't be losing so much blood and then feel that, okay, the next thing you can do is just be taking herbs. No, if you are losing blood, you need to take it out. I was losing blood I was like bleeding for like 22, 23 days in a month, which was crazy. There were several times that my blood level, having to do my PCV was 13%, 18%. Somebody looked at me and like, are you sure? And all these things. So when I say these things, there was a reason I didn't die. Because there are some times that you see people, they'll say, oh, a doctor friend mentioned to me that somebody died because the blood level was like 24. And then I was on 13, I was on 18. So when I say things, when I talk about these things to people, I help people, I refer, all these things, I know what I am saying. I know I've been there. And then it's resulted into some, so many other things that, were also life-threatening. But I thank God today. That's why I wrote that book. There's a link in my bio to have access to it. If you have questions, my DM is open. You can ask. So it's like me finding purpose in pain, because it was so much. The pain, the stress, everything. So when I said, oh, I was incapacitated and all that, it wasn't just as a result of the multiple fibroid. It was also as a result of other things. My heart got enlarged, I almost had stroke. So many things just happened. As it felt like so many things just went wrong in the space of 2 years or thereabout. But I thank God. So when I read the Bible and I read the story about the woman with the issue of blood, I said, I understand. I do understand totally, perfectly. Like, for her having to, when the Bible talks about she sold everything she had, nothing, like it was just like, it was only a miracle that, could help her. And then Jesus stepped in and Jesus came in. So my sisters or husbands or uncles, you are watching this, please, fibroid is a serious thing, but early detection, all these things is important. I feel that every lady, from the age of reproduction, maybe from 12, because a lot of things have actually changed now, but maybe from 12 or 13, our girls, should be checking up. We should be doing all these things. And then the most important thing in all these things that I'm saying is lifestyle. How are you living your life? What are you eating? So that was why my first video was on, eating healthy. Don't see it as, oh, it's expensive. See it as an investment, because the amount of money you will spend at the end of the day, maybe when you are being diagnosed with something, will be probably far worse. And then some people have actually lost their life as a result of illnesses that a lifestyle change would have helped. So I hope this video is maybe help somebody or encourage somebody. Please, it's important. Lifestyle change is important. We should not take it with levity. Please, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video.